Good morning, my friends. Good day to you. Of course, this is Mike Barnes, and you are on the journey. Okay, so I want us to let me greet everybody and welcome everybody, and hope that you have a good night. Have been having a good week so far. Look forward for the weekend, and we continue to have faith in God. Okay, remember to share if you think it's a blessing, and also we are here on Sunday mornings, Wednesday mornings, Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so today I want to look at the fall, and not maybe the traditional way we look on it, but what is the setup for the fall? Yes, the setup for the fall. Maybe that's what I should have said, but it's okay. The fall. The fall is something that we want to either, first we want to avoid. Nobody wants to trip over and fall. Let's just put it in the physical, right? So that's the first thing. You don't want to fall. The other thing is that because we have not but much control over life, we don't have all that control as we think we have, fall happens. How do we recover from the fall or from a fall? How do we get up back? Right? So two things. You don't want to fall. And the other thing, how do you get up from a fall? These are two facts of life that will happen. Some extreme, some mild, and some come pretty close. In all of this, God is looking down in grace and mercy and has made provision, if we will pay attention, if we will obey, has made provision for us to avoid, and if it happened, to recover. Two examples of that from the scriptures. The fall of man was not the wish of God, but he had plans. Right? And that is why Jesus came into the earth. It happened. But God always have a plan, a backup plan. It shouldn't happen, but it happened, but he has a backup plan. Look at Jesus again. We have an advocate with the Father. That is after Jesus came now and hand to us the recovery. How to recover. He's still making plan again. There's still a plan B. That if you fall, if you sin, if you do something you shouldn't have done, whether wickedly, innocently, ignorantly, whatever term, you have an advocate, which means that you have somebody, you have a spokesperson in the presence of God, who is Jesus Christ, so that we can recover. So, with all that information, we can avoid fall, but for whatever reason it happens, we can recover. The greatest enemy, and I'm talking enemy now, not the devil, is the devil, but what part of the devil? The devil is always the enemy. But remember, the devil also is possessed of many unclean spirits. So he uses which one of them he chooses to use. This morning I want to highlight the one that prevent the fall and prevent the recovery, which we have discussed before, but I want to focus on it, and that is pride. I want to focus on it. So I'm going to go to Proverbs 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction. Destruction is a fall. So there's no, you are not going to fall if you are in a spirit of humility. You are set up for a fall when pride is operating in and out of you. It's a setup. Because that's a precursor. The spirit of pride is the setup for the fall. So if we will identify, we'll be honest to recognize when pride is operating in us, we can avoid the fall. Whatever way it comes in. If we don't, it's only not a matter of if, it's when the fall is going to take place. Not if, it's when. I read a complete verse. Proverbs 16 verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. It's not a repetition, just used to different terms. That is it. That's it. So you wonder, you question why fall is still going on? Pride is always there. How do I avoid falling? Get rid of pride. Simple. Let pride become your enemy, that you don't take your eye off as a threat to your survival and to your life. Pride operates in different ways. Sometimes it's very quiet, because it can take on the form, comes in subtle ways. And don't worry about the pride of the other person. Don't worry too much. Let me say that. Let me correct myself. Worry about the pride inside of you, inside of me. Because that is the danger. You see people around, and you can see them walk in pride, them laugh, them talk, them do all sorts of things in pride. But that's their problem, technically. Because the other thing about pride too, and I want to say this, why it will lead to destruction and a fall, which is what the scripture I just read said. It's hard to be counseled. It doesn't take counsel. It doesn't take correction. It makes excuses, and in some cases you cannot even approach the individual who is possessed with pride, you know. Why do you think we are so careful to give counsel? Because you are thinking what the reaction will be. In case pride is in them, the individual, because pride is there is going to be a rebuff. Sometimes you're not sure, so you approach it with caution. Some of it you don't say anything. You know why you don't say anything? Because your suspicion or your knowledge let you know that this person is operating under the haughty spirit and under the prideful spirit. So if you approach it, it actually becomes worse. But people will tell you after everything crashed, why you didn't tell me this, why you didn't tell me that? You couldn't tell them. They would never accept it. If the spirit of pride was operating in them. This is the problem? You understand the problem? So that's why it must lead to destruction. Because you can't correct it. When the spirit of pride operating in somebody, you can't correct it. You can't counsel them. And if it's yourself, you can't, nobody, they're not going to tell you. Because your pride prevents people from saying what they really would love to say to you. They want to help you, but they can't. They can't. Whatever the reasons are, they might think you're not educated enough. You don't have any title, you're not rich enough. Maybe it's your race, maybe it's a gender, they can't take this because you are a woman, or a woman will say, I don't take counsel from men. Men will say, I don't take counsel from women. And they say, you just a child, you can't tell me anything. You born yesterday, so to speak. Pride is speaking from all different directions. What happened? The information that you should have gotten to prevent your destruction and your fall, you did not get it. Because pride controls the territory of your mind. It controls the territory of how you think. It prevents, it pushes away. You'd hear terms like people say, I wanted to tell you, but I know you would not accept it from me. I want to tell you, but I know you wouldn't take it. How could I tell you that this is going to be destructive? When you see